11 years ago, we got a dog named Valor. Bold, curious, and
full of character.
So much so we realized very quickly how important training and great performance canine gear is necessary. Welcome to the Voices of ValorWear.
I'm Gordon, and this is my co-host, Catherine. We started in the early 90s with
sport dogs.
And we imported a dog from Germany, Uran von Burbrink, and he was really the first dog we were serious about and sought out a dog serious for the sport. We put a couple Schutzen 3 titles on him, local, regional stuff. We went to a Seeger show and really got involved in the sport heavily and enjoyed every minute of it. As time goes and luck would have it, we had an opportunity to come out west, and I started my law enforcement career in the 90s. And
we had 2 children, and life just begins to happen.
We had dogs all along, but we would attend training seminars and conferences when we could, between the lacrosse tournaments and the dance recitals.
Exactly. And then fast forward a little bit to 2019, we land up, we have a dog, his name is Valor, and Valor needs equipment. So Gordon's like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get a really nice collar for him.
Let's make an investment. And so I went out and at the time, it was what I thought was a significant investment in a collar. And when I got it, I was horribly disappointed, but with what I had in my hands, it was obviously OEM stuff. It wasn't American made.
Not authentic, genuine buckles.
Right. The metal that was the buckle was truly, it was a pot metal. It wasn't machined aluminum and all these things that we've since learned are better, but just the overall initial impression, frankly, I was really disappointed with it. And I said something ridiculously cocky, like, given the money I spent on this, I could probably do something better myself.
So why not?
So no sooner am I done there, we're buying our first sewing machine.
Researching textiles
and the hardware.
Austrialp and Cobra buckles.
Right. Never thinking about a business, right? Just wanted to cobble something together for my dog. So given that we were in the bite sports with APA and PSA and NADF and all those other things, we needed something that would withstand that kind of pressure, that kind of working in a dog. So I put together a collar and I brought it to work with me. And I asked the agency I was at, I asked one of the canine handlers, hey brother, can you do me a favor? Can you run this through some field testing and see if my ideas here are floating? Are they? I know I'm on the right track with the textiles. I know I'm definitely got this hardware stuff nailed down.
Which took a minute to research the textiles,
oh my gosh,
the thread,
right?
The machinery. I mean, we started this, it was like 2017. And by the time the business launched, it was 2020. So it took about 3 years, sewing lessons from a parachute rigger and from a theatrical costume seamstress. A lot of lessons, a lot of research, a lot of money went into it. And Gordon was able to build the first collar for Valor to wear.
Off of Amazon, paying ridiculous prices for a singular piece of hardware and a singular length of webbing. And oh my goodness.
So you take it to the office.
So I take it to the office. I give it to one of my canine buddies and I said, hey, just run it through its paces. See if I'm on the right design path. I know I have the materials right. So he takes it to a training day at the agency. And he was asked, like, hey, bro, where'd you get that collar? And he's like, yeah, it's just something one of the guys in CID put together, asked me to give it a run. And here we are. Then a couple guys said, hey, can you make me one? And can you make me one?
And then one more. We're like, hey, we have a business here.
Yeah.
And what was
this is getting really expensive, giving away all these one-offs.
And what was really interesting was so many people, it was so important to them that the webbing was sourced here in the USA. It was important that the hardware was sourced here in the USA, and that we were using genuine, authentic hardware, Austrialpen Cobra buckles, Kong Frog carabiners, not the knockoffs. And then thread, that also had.
Oh my goodness, that was an adventure in itself. So if you're driving at a very compliant project, then you can't use anything from Asia at all. And so sourcing thread from Germany, just every time,
wild, yeah.
every time we touched another element of development or another element of manufacturing, we were going down another whole new rabbit hole.
However, then once they had a collar, they wanted a leash, so we started making leashes. And boy, everybody loves our leashes. We sell a lot. We sell a lot of leashes. We sell a lot of leashes. Leashes are a big deal, and we do leashes we make them from biothane. We make them from
three-layer laminate that we developed with a local SO.
Yep, exactly. So much went into the research before we launched the company, and then our daughter, she too is in law enforcement. She became a canine handler. So we never knew when we first started this, it was going to be for our dog Valor, but then it took off and morphed into something really, really great. And we're so excited.
That's when a whole new level of seriousness came to this, where if this is my sport dog and I'm at a PSA trial or a PSA training event and the leash breaks or collar breaks, all these safety factors are built in, right? Redundant safety factors so nobody gets hurt, or at least minimize the potential for injury. But now you're searching Air Force One and its landing area for explosives, and your daughter is using your gear on the southwest border. Your teammates are using what you've built. Members of the same task force, regional EOD task force, are using what you built. This added a whole new level of seriousness and, frankly, assumed responsibility that it was, you know what, I've always been interested in getting it right, but now I need to get it right. And that's why we really started working on making sure that everything was the absolute best material acquirable.
Trust your gear when you go out there and know that it's going to hold up for you. So it is one of the most important things. So if you can rely on your gear, that's one less thing when you're out there that you don't have to worry about. When we started the company, I didn't sew. I still don't sew. I do a lot of things for the business, but I don't sew. Gordon does.
As the kids will tell you, I just sew. And one of them is convinced that I just sit in a room and watch textiles jump on machines and take care of themselves. He was a Marine, so there you go. There's that one. And then we started attending conferences as a vendor, and man, the people that we got to meet and the people that were accepting to us reaching out about researching and questions and development, that I never thought I would get a return call from half of these people that we've now called friends. So this whole community that has taken us under its wing.
It's about the relationships. At the end of the day, it really is. We've made some great relationships through this, and boy, it's been a good journey.
It's been wonderful, and that's really how we wound up even doing the podcast and YouTube channel. Is that because we were treated so well, and we see so many other people in a similar or same circumstance with their own dogs, personal dogs. Catherine's got a PPD from Slovakia she's just a rock star. They're encountering challenges that our resources might be able to help. Whatever your application is, and those are some of the things that we want to explore in future episodes. Is, well, hey, I just go hiking with my dog. Well, that's not just hiking. You go hiking with your dog because you're looking for a certain vibe, a certain feeling, a certain catharsis. You want to get away from people and spend time with this dog, and what that dog does for you and you do for it is a very symbiotic relationship. So for anybody to say just a pet, that's a little hard for me to that's hard for us to really wrap our heads around, that anything is just a pet.
So let's talk about why we started the Voices of ValorWear. What was the reason that we started it?
To share our community with people who have or will soon encounter the same challenges that we did in our 30-something odd year journey to where we are now. And do we think we have it all figured out?
No.
We're just learning beginning to learn what we don't know.
Our son pointed out to us, he's like, you have a really interesting network of people. And you know what? We really do. And it was important that we share this with you. We think that there might be an interest.
Maybe through comments and content requests, we can help folks avoid certain pitfalls. Wasting time and money in this day and age, nobody has that margin of error anymore. Everybody's busy with at least a job, right? And then how do I pay for this? And why would I go to this over that? And why would I see this person and this expert over this guy? And then also bring to light some of these lesser known but super trainers.
Yeah, I mean, so much you can
there are so many cats just under the radar that are doing magnificent things in the sport world, in the LE world, in the military world, in the SF world. It's
one of our business associates. They do a big deep dive into chasing genetics. We're going to bring them on too. Just so many different views, and that can really we think would really be interesting.
And nothing that we present is original. Everything's been stolen from somebody somewhere. We want to stay true to the philosophy of being fair to people and dogs, and in doing so, bringing people that have that same character, that same vibe, that same projection. That hey, it's about the dogs, and that's what we're all about.
Exactly. So,
I think that about wraps it up. We look forward to your comments and content recommendations via email at ValorWearUSA@gmail.com.
ValorWear USA Performance Canine Gear is reliable, strong gear that can keep up with the demands of the job. Designed by police canine handlers, each piece is hand-built using only the highest quality USA textiles and genuine authentic hardware. Whether you're in need of a leash, collar, or other canine accessories, ValorWear USA is the superior choice for handlers who demand the best for their trusted companions.